YouTube, it's Satch. Welcome to the latest edition on the Porsche Network YouTube channel. In this episode, I'm going to show you 13 things that you did not know about the Porsche 911 997, and we're starting right now. What's up guys, thanks for tuning into the Porsche Network. If you're new to the channel, then please consider clicking that subscribe button and click the bell so you don't miss a single thing. I post new Porsche videos every single week and it'd be great to have you around as a subscriber. So in this video we're going to talk about things that maybe you probably didn't know about the Porsche 911 997, and I apologize in advance if you do know these things. You know, there'll be people who watch this video who don't know a lot about the 997 and are maybe considering buying one of these cars. So I apologize if you do know these things. If you don't, then hopefully you'll learn something from this video. So number one on the list relates to the sport button. So when I'm driving this car, I always like to have the sport button engaged, but that creates a problem because, let me start the engine and I'll tell you what I'm talking about. So when you click the sport button, it also activates the PASM as well, and the PASM basically makes the suspension more firmer, and it makes the whole ride a little bit more bumpier and not as great. So what you can do, you can keep the sport mode on, so you're going to get a better throttle response, and your exhaust is going to sound a bit more throatier. But what you can do is just press this again, and that resumes the normal setting for the PASM or the sports suspension. A great little feature that not a lot of people know about. A lot of people think that once you press that you have to keep the both on together. Not true. One more click of the suspension puts it back to normal, and you can enjoy a better throttle response, better sounding exhaust with just the sport button activated. Number two on the list relates to the headlights. This is something that I wish I knew before I went on my European tour. You may see I've got little Eurolight stickers on here, and this is to change the direction of the main beam. In fact, on the 997 you don't actually need these little stickers. What you can do is take this headlight out. In fact, it's really pretty easy. It tells you exactly how to do it on page 237 in the owner's manual. And what you'll do is you'll remove this headlight, and behind the headlight there's a little switch which directs the beam depending on what side of the road you're going to be driving on. So something I wish that I knew about. It was pointed out to me after I went on my European tour and I was using these stickers. Back inside the car now, this is number three on the list. I believe this only applies to 997.2 owners with a four-wheel drive car. So anyone with a Carrera 4 or a Targa 4, or anything with a four-wheel drive basically. It's not something I've actually been able to verify, so any owner of a Carrera 997.2 Carrera 4 will hopefully be able to try this and report back to us. Put a comment in the box below. But obviously it's a four-wheel drive. Apparently pulling the handbrake up one click disengages the front wheel drive, so it just turns it into a rear wheel drive car. Again, not 100% sure on that, so if any of you guys have one of these cars, please check that out. It doesn't work on the 997.1. I believe it's only a feature on the 997.2. Number four, for a lot of owners, these cars are second cars, weekend cars, cars that won't be driven every day. And if you don't put this car on a battery charger like the C-Tech chargers, then the chances are the battery can die. And if you need to get access to the battery, well, the battery's in the front. How do you open the front if you can't open it because the battery is dead? Pull open the fuse box, or the fuse box cover should I say, and you'll see a little yellow device to pull out this red box here. Now this has battery terminals, or terminals either side of it. So what you do is, the idea is you put your jump starter, you put one end on there, and I would put the other part, say maybe against there to ground it, and then that should allow you to switch it on and then open the front in order to get access to the battery. Best way to prevent any of that though is to just not allow that to happen in the first place. Always have your car on charge. Number five relates to the OneTouch window system and why the passenger side window will not go up on OneTouch. Let me show you what I mean. So this is obviously the passenger side window switch. I'm going to put that right down and we'll see that the window is coming down. But if we do OneTouch on the way up, watch what happens. It just comes up a tiny bit every time I click the button. The window needs to be halfway up, and then you can do the one touch. Maybe it needs to be a bit further. There. So it's quite an odd little feature that, but remember, for the passenger side, the window needs to be halfway up or just over for the OneTouch button to work. For the driver's window though, that's not the case. Watch. Number 6, these cars do not have spare tyres. Number 7 is something else which was pointed out to me by you YouTube commenters and followers. When you're undoing your gas cap, don't just let the cap dangle like that. There is of course a special hook which is designed to allow the cap to be placed securely. Number 8, one of those really pointless things that absolutely nobody needs to know. But this is the sport chrono clock. If your vehicle doesn't have it, then don't worry about it. If it does, did you know that your clock will actually twist just by simply pushing either side of it? Number 9, if you're not the only driver or the sole driver of your 997, then it can be quite annoying if you get in the car and have to keep adjusting and changing the seats. Well, this is quite a modern thing, and most cars have it these days in any case. But on the door here, you will see an M button, that's for memory, seat memory, and it gives you 3 options to choose. So basically, you'll get in, set the position how you want it to be, then press whatever number is appropriate to you. So if you're the first driver of the car, keep number 1 pressed in and it will save those settings. So next time you get in the car, if the settings have been changed by a different driver, you can just simply press 1 and it will revert back to your original settings. So it's worth spending a few minutes to get a comfortable driving position, so you can press that button and that position will always be available to you. Number 10, well, I love the seats on these cars because they can give the impression that they are kind of bucket seats, even though they're not. They have airbags here, 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 and here, and here. And basically these settings here below will allow you to change the intensity of the air which is pumped into these bags, which can give the impression that you're in a really tight sort of bucket seat. Or you can, obviously if you put more air into it, then you're going to be more tightly compacted into the seat. Take the air out and then it's going to feel a lot more like a more comfortable saloon car seat. Me personally, I have these quite tight, especially these ones here, because it means when you're driving in a spirited manner, you ain't going to be going anywhere, and these seats have basically got your back, literally. Number 11 is that these cars do not have dipsticks where you can go into the engine bay and check the oil level. Instead, what you need to do is put the key in, put the ignition on, and what you'll find here is an oil measure duration. So it basically takes a minute or two for the system to measure the oil in the car, and there it's telling us that actually this car could probably do with a little top up of oil. Second from last, long-time subscribers and viewers will know that I always bang on about this tool, but a lot of people still actually don't know that they exist and what they are for. Basically, it's a diagnostic tool which you plug into the vehicle and it will allow you to diagnose the systems of the car. So it'll allow you to diagnose if you've got a check engine light, an ABS, PSM light, airbag light, service light. Highly recommended. I'll put the link to this kit in the description below this video. Don't miss out on this tool because it's an absolute lifesaver. Okay, this is the last one, number 13 on the list. Thanks for sticking with me. This car has a brake light here, a brake light on the other light, and a brake light right there. What happens when this spoiler actually rises is that right underneath here, you'll see another brake light, and this is to replace this brake light, which is obviously obstructed by the fact that the spoiler is up. So although you can't see it right now, right tucked under here there is another third brake light that is activated when the spoiler is up. So thanks for sticking around. It's really cold now and I'm going to end the video. If you want to see more Porsche hints, tips, reviews and guides on this YouTube channel, then please consider clicking that subscribe button and click the bell so you don't miss a single thing. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next episode on the Porsche Network. I'm off now to get a cup of tea and a nice hot water bottle. See you soon.